Larry Holley joined us again here at halftime. I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that have happened early in the season. Personally for you, 800 wins at Jewell now. You got that earlier this year. What does that mean to you?
It means I've had a lot of very good players and a lot of great assistant coaches. Everything that goes with it, supportive administration, great family. It's taken a while since we've gone NCAA. We haven't exactly set the world on fire in terms of wins each year, but it means all that. It means I've been blessed to be at a place I love and coaching the game I love and having some good players to help us along the way.
The 800 wins is impressive enough, but now I think you're at 889 for your entire career. But is that right? First of all,
I think that's right.
And you told me something that I hadn't stopped to think about. You've coached now for 50 years overall.
I have. Now, that includes 1 year at the high school level and 2 years as an assistant coach, so I don't have wins and losses for those that are on my college record. But, this is number 50.
50 years.
Yeah, how about that? It's gone by quickly. My first year of coaching was 68-69 school year at Harrisburg High School. Coached 91 games my first year with no assistant. Small high school, had varsity JV junior high girls and varsity JV junior high boys. I tell people, and that's true, we practiced before school, during school, after school, Saturday mornings and Sunday afternoons. So that was my first year, and then Central Methodist gave me an opportunity at the age of 23 to be a head college coach, and then Northwest Missouri State as an assistant for 2 years, and that was a great experience for me. I'd never been an assistant coach, and then head coach for 2, and then came here in the fall of '79. So I would say I don't know where the time has gone, but there's a picture on the wall of all the teams I've coached here at Jewell, and I can see when I had hair, and when I had it, it was dark, and then permed it and sprayed it, and
you went through all that,
cut it and lost it, and all those things. But it's been a great run. I'm sure I'll appreciate it more when I retire. But it's been a blessing in my life. My parents were both educators. My dad coached. My mom's side of the family had all the basketball players, including a sister of hers that scored 102 points in a single game in high school. So basketball's what I've been around all my life.
Because you had such a perspective on this, I'm going to run something by you. You're the next move on the passing coaches list. You're a few wins away from passing Bobby Knight. And I remember a Bobby Knight quote one time. He said that parents have changed over the years, kids haven't. You agree with that?
There's probably, I would assume there's truth in that, perhaps a little more leniency. It used to be when I was growing up, if you got in trouble at school, you got in trouble at home. My dad was a school administrator and coach in a small place, but now it seems like sometimes the blame gets put on the coach, and that's always been part of the case, and part of the reason my dad didn't want me to go into coaching. He tried to talk me out of it.
Right.
But he knew that's what I wanted to do, so he quit trying to talk me out of it after a while. But it is, I think, our guys are good guys. I mean, they have toys that I never had growing up, and you don't go out and just play, the AAU circuit and deciding on a specific sport at an early age where you're not playing all the sports in high school, I think is very unfortunate.
Yeah. The AAU was, you're reading my mind, because has that changed the way you recruit and coach and deal with people?
Well, truthfully, AAU creates an opportunity for us to see a lot of guys in a short period of time. I mean, you can go to an Adidas or Nike or Under Armour event and for a weekend and see as many as 20 to 30, sometimes up to 60 teams play, whereas if you're trying to see all those top players play, it would take you forever to get to single games. So the plus from a recruiting standpoint is that you can get an early read on people and who you have a chance to recruit and check out their grades and all that sort of thing, and then get serious about them once the school year starts. But it's with everything that's happened recently with coaches losing their jobs and the influence that some of the shoe companies have with apparently some money going to top prospects, I'm not sure what's best for the very best players, whether they have to stay in school for 2 years as opposed to the one and dones, and I'm not sure what the answer is to that. that doesn't affect us, but it is a rat race out there, and every time we go to an event, every school from the GLVC, every school from the Heart of America, all the NAI schools, all the NCAA Division 2s and 3s, and certainly all the 1s are at those events. So it's a competitive situation that hopefully we can continue to be successful in getting good players to come to Jewell.
How about the origins of some of your players? I mean, since we've gone to Division II, we can look down at some points and see a player from Czechoslovakia, Australia. You've got 2 from Great Britain this year, Moldova. They come from all over the world now. That's got to be different.
Part of that is that when you're recruiting in this area, and that once we've gone NCAA Division II, we're in the conversation with all the top players now. But we're battling some very good programs. There's 3 programs from the state of Missouri that have won national titles in the last 6 years, in Drury and Central Missouri and Northwest Missouri. So we'll listen to all sorts of options. I mean, Patrick Whelan sent us an email. We weren't the only school. But one of the things going for us is that his brother was playing at Mid-American Nazarene, an NAI school in Olathe, and from a family standpoint, it was nice for the parents to come over and have 2 students. They're 1 year apart, maybe 2 years apart, and spend a week or 2 and watch them both play and not have to travel, somewhere else other than the Kansas City area. But Mohamedou Sissoko from France. I mean, we've had him from Cameroon and West Africa, I mean, all over the place. And it just comes recommendations from coaching friends. Homer Drew, my running mate at guard, is the person that told me about Emil Ostapichuk. Valparaiso was recruiting him, and then found somebody that they liked better, and so called us about him. And certainly Simon Zajacek was a part of that with the Czech Republic, and we have 2 from England now, and had a player from Spain last year, and so it's I think it's added a lot, to our program to have people from different parts of the world. It's certainly expanded my knowledge of those countries.
Finally, unfair question. I'm sure you get asked it a lot. How much longer do you want to do this? 50th year in coaching this year?
Well, I'm halfway through this game, right? This is being published at halftime. I don't know.
Okay, if you make up your mind at halftime, that might be a little scary.
I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it. I get asked it a lot. Certainly get asked it by recruits, and I don't know if other schools are using that against us at this point in time. But still enjoying what I'm doing. Jimmy Williams is I can't imagine a better assistant coach in the nation than him. And then to add Todd Marcantonio and Kelly Mason to that this year, it's a great staff. We get along and share ideas and challenge each other, and having people in your program you enjoy working with, and then having players you enjoy coaching. We'll just see where it all leads.
The original Larry legend, Larry Holley. Larry Bird stole it from you. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And we're back with the second half in a moment.